Hello, my name is Julie. Welcome to my channel. You're watching Treasures Made from Yarn. And this is, haven't done too many Christmas in July videos, or K&K Crochet is doing Christmas Extravaganza 2025. And there are some things on there that I hope you get a chance to check out her channel because they have some pretty good ideas. So I know for sure from what I've seen from their channel, I'm going to make, yeah, the thing, the cup that makes the ball on it. Yeah, I saw those. I'm like, I gotta make those by Christmas or Halloween, because my plan, I know we're not talking about Halloween yet, but my plan for Halloween is not just hand out candy. If our church has a trunk or treat, I want to make a bunch of little small, like amigurumi things, and that could potentially be stuff I can hand out at Halloween too. But Halloween's a little, well, it's probably not that far away. Okay, but I'm babbling right now. So, and plus, I saw the cell phone holder, so I thought that would be a good idea. Because I talked to my husband, because I told him, I did finally tell him, don't buy any more Christmas babes, because I want to make some. But he says he probably still had some from left over, like last year too. But he, I know at first he's like, handmade items for Christmas, and he's kind of like, eh. But then again, if I brought up items that were practical, because when I mentioned the bags, he's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, you know. So I think something that's more outside the hats and the scarves, because he thinks hats and scarves are like, no. But, you know, but things that maybe are a little more practical, I think he would get into. You know, cell phone home, the bags for Christmas. I think, yeah, things of more practical nature. I think he would get into more. So anyway, I digress. I did want to start because there was something I forgot on my last work in progress video. Whatever, there was something I got done that I forgot. It turned out really cute. This could be a good idea. My thought was to make a pillow for my neck when I sleep, but this is blanket yarn. It is a little, it is a little stiff, but it has a, yeah, we can. I like this though too. You can have a very fidgety item. I don't want to. I don't want to. Can't think of the word loss. You know, I don't want to like promote this being something that we could hit all each other with, but it is soft. It is blanket with the blanket yarn. You can like stick. It has a fidgety because I can stick my, because the thick holes, I can stick my fingers in it. And so this is, I didn't use a whole ball. This is what I had scrapped. But I think a whole ball could probably make like almost like a zoodle in a non-swimming fashion, you know, all the other applications that maybe. But yeah, I can't stop playing with this. It's like, it's pretty cool. I like this so much that I did start another one. I didn't have any more blanket yarn, but I did use kind of like, there's like, these I think is Hobie yarn, and I got a third strand here. Right here, it's probably longer, but it doesn't feel, I can't get the fingers in it, and it might have the same, you know, it could have fidgety complex. I don't plan on stuffing it, so this one will probably obviously be much longer. So yeah, this stemmed from me making a pillow, so, or a neck pillow when I sleep. So yeah, I forgot to show this one. So maybe I'll look at some other, because this is also a sock. We're doing a sock along. K&K is doing a sock along too, so I thought I'd get an update on the socks I got. I not much on the knitted. Oh, we got a mess. I got a mess going on here with the sock yarn. So not much progress. Maybe a row or two, but I don't think I did that much of a progress on this sock. But I did yesterday work on the crochet sock, which is a pattern I wrote many years ago. That is, I finally got, I got the heel on there. I tried it on, it might be a little snug, especially up in here. So I'm debating whether to frog it or not, but I think not. So that is the progress on this first sock. I got past the heel on that. If you see last video, I did start a tutorial, which could potentially make a nice gift if you know somebody that's into shawls. And yeah, I started this one yesterday. This was, like I said, I did a tutorial, real simple. It's the moss stitch, and we're doing an increase on both ends, so could be. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a bandana. Things we're making Thursday is this month is shawl or bandana. So here we are. And yeah, this is the blossom cakes. Oh, I still have the label on. Yes, it is blossom cake. And that's going to work out. That's going to turn out really nice. I don't know yet if one cake's going to be enough for the shawl. I do have a second. So if you're going to do this, I would kind of get two. Unless you want to make a bandana, then it's one. And I was going to mention, I forgot to mention it. If you want to make this a bandana, obviously you have to put chains on the end so you can tie it. Right, so that was yesterday's video. So, all right, so I got my, okay, so yeah, I did this. I like this. This is pretty cool. The triangle bag, which could potentially be a gift bag. I would, if I was going to use this as a gift bag, I would maybe use the well, Christmas, why I drawn a blank. It's like, oh, the string, the lace or whatever, would kind of easily lace it up so they can, or just tie it up here, and then whatever you're going to put in here, wrap it in tissue paper or something, so that can be a Christmas gift that way. Plus they have a bag to go with it. Oh, I like it so much I might keep it. It's my bag. I like this. I do like this. Oh, by the way, they're moss stitch squares. Just so you know, you've probably seen the moss stitch. But I don't know what it is with this t-shirt, beginner yarn. It likes to bow up a little bit, but that's okay because I don't mind that with this project. And then unlike the granny square project I got, then you see, you know, it's got not as many holes. But yeah, I have a granny square version, a bigger, and I kind of like that too. So, prototype number one, because but going back to K&K Crochet, they had a bag on the knitting machine, so this is the first one. I didn't like how my bottoms turned out because I tried to make the flat bottom without using waste yarn. Yeah, it looks kind of, but you know, it's semi-cute. My granddaughter might use this. For this particular bag, I'll probably just use it for store. We'll just put stuff in it and hang it. I'll just hang this somewhere and then I can store stuff in it. I have a lot of little bags that, you know, I hang it on my shelving and it's like it's storage. But it might repurpose this because one of the other ideals I plan on making, one of my granddaughters is into Barbie clothes. So I was going to make some Barbie clothes. I saw this knitted dress. I could probably make a handful of Barbie clothes and put it in this bag. Again, using whatever that ribbon. That's the word I'm thinking of, some of that ribbon. And just carefully put that in there and they can just pull the ribbon out. Plus she's got a semi-cute little bag to put stuff in. So, and then finally this morning, it took me an hour just before I started recording this. So this is like hot off the hook or hot off the knitting machine is another version of this bag. This one's got, oh, it's black. It's got black on the interior. I don't know how that would work, folding that over. That would be interesting. Yeah, that's come somewhat interesting. Kind of have that fold, see some of the black. So yeah, right off, hot off. It took about an hour to make this. So you can probably whip up a bunch of these bags. So yeah, so this is like one big tube. It had the one color for the inner, one color for the outer. And I actually just crocheted around the, you know, stick the color in the tube, almost like a hat. This actually would make a cute hat too. Ooh, that would be a cute hat. You know, just have a square top like that. Problem is, I have my Centro's only 40 pin, and this hat would fit a toddler. That's about it. So if you haven't invested in a Centro yet, plan to, and want to make adult size hats, I would go like 48, not 40. Don't go 40 pin unless you want to make a bunch of scarves, which is pretty much what's good for. So yep, that is cute. Whipped out pretty fast. I wonder, I was gonna get a book. I don't have a book here except for Crochet Pattern Library. So you probably, at least my 40 pin. Yeah, it's a long book. Oh, it's a pretty long book, so probably put a book in there. Oops, drop the book. So yeah, you know what? I also have, I might do that. I have some buttons that are Christmas related, so I might sew some decorative buttons on here, which might look cute. And then I might still have a little bit of yarn yet. If I put a button, I might put a, you know, one of those. It's like, brain's not processing this morning. So yeah, I'll put a hook on there so I can probably go around, or I just use the sew buttons on and make it decorative. So that would be kind of cute. All right. So I know I should, at least this next coming week, I know I'll at least have one more video, but I'll be on vacation the following week. I'll be going up to Wisconsin. That's where I'm from. So now it got me thinking. I don't know if I don't know if they're tracking states still for BMO. You have to let me know in the comments, because I could probably, I don't think you got anything from Wisconsin this past year, but I think you only got it from the year before, is because I sent it when I was visiting. So, okay. All right. That's all I have. Let me know what you like the ideas for some of these. Oh, speaking of which, I was going to go over some of the things I want. I think I mentioned a couple, but there's one thing I still want to make for like the grandsons. Is back in about early 2000s, I found a pattern on, I don't know if anybody's on LiveJournal anymore. It was one of those social media sites that my kids were on, so I got on it to keep track. I mean, that was one of the early reasons why I went on social media, and that's to see what my kids are doing and to keep track of the kids. So there was a pattern that came up called the Fierce But Friendly Dragon. Now, they read back in 2007. This pattern was kind of like written in like shorthand. It was like, you know, it wasn't a written pattern. You just knew how many single crochets. You just gave the number of crochets for each round and stuff. So it was a little hard to follow. But I think now that I had double checked to make sure that the site was still working, that there was still a pattern there, the designer had since rewritten the pattern to make it more pattern written friendly, and that's on Ravelry. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description. I'll leave our LiveJournal link too. So, okay. I think that's all I wanted to cover. So if you did like this video, please give a like. Want to see more content like this? Please subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you always for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.